Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss book 28 in R.L. Stine's Goosebumps original series. The Cuckoo Clock of Doom came out February 95. Main character of Michael Webster, younger sister Tara Webster. Michael's birthday is February 5th. And to have this book come out in February of 95 and to have this focus around his 12th birthday being celebrated on February 5th, it's just so cool. It's very meta that it came out in February. His birthday's in February. I hope it was planned that way. So book 27, the A Night in Terror Tower, which I am renaming A Time in Terror Tower. That is all about magic and spells. Let me put this down. And time travel, right? So now we have book 28, The Cuckoo Clock of Doom, all about magic and time travel. So to have two back-to-back books about magic and time travel, I'm very impressed. I'm impressed because I didn't expect it. I don't remember anything about this book. I don't remember anything about the episode, the TV episode. Nothing. I remember nothing about it. So Michael Webster is turning 12, and his younger sister Tara is an absolute brat. She's just the worst. He calls her Tara the Terrible because she gets away with everything. She can, harass the cat. She can harass him. She just gets away with everything. Parents don't care. They always blame Mike. And that he doesn't like that. So he has friends coming over for his birthday party. He has this one girl, Mona, who he really likes. And then Tara spills it, and then it's a whole embarrassment thing. They're rehearsing Princess and the Frog, or the Frog Prince play for their school or something. And Tara brings the girls up to his room while he's changing. There he is standing in his underwear, embarrassed as all hell. Very fear-driven in regards to embarrassment as a middle schooler. So I thought it hit the knot on those things. So where's this cuckoo clock from? Well, the cuckoo clock is from this antique store across the street from Mike's dad's office, right? So he's been staring at it for 15 years, and he's always wanted it. And then finally, he got a deal on it because the owner finally found an issue with it, finally found an error with it, and he was selling it for a discount. So his dad brings the clock back a couple days after the birthday party fiasco. Tara trips him, he falls in his cake, she scratches his bike, all these things, right? And so she's playing around with it. She doesn't get caught. He then plays around with it to make her get caught. And he turns the head of the cuckoo bird after it pops out on the cuckoo, cuckoo, right? And then there's a thing on the back, on the side, where you can change the year. So then the year is changed after the head is turned. And his theory is, okay, well, since I turned the head, obviously time's going backwards now because he's going backwards now. He wakes up a few days before that to relive his birthday. He wakes up again to relive his birthday, that fiasco again. He wakes up to relive a basketball game day at school where Tara messes things up. And then he keeps going back in time. He then goes from 7th grade to 3rd grade. Then he goes to 1st grade. Then he goes to kindergarten. Then he goes to nursery school. Then he goes to diapers. And then once he's is in the antique store again after many trials and errors as a youngling. I got a Padawan Star Wars reference to that, unfortunately. I didn't plan on it, but I thought that was entertaining that it just came out of my mouth, the youngling. So him and his parents this is pre-Tara, because he's 5 years older than Tara, are at the antique store to buy a dining room table, and he sees the cuckoo clock, not in the window where it normally is, but in the back. So he escapes his mother as this, toddling 3-year-old or two. No, I think he's 3 at this point. And so he makes the dives and sets the year back and realizes he can't reach the top. And conveniently, his mother picks him up because he's in trouble. And and it's 12 p.m. noon. So the bird's going cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. And when she picks him up and the cuckoo bird comes out, he grabs the head and he twists it forwards. And then everything fades to white. And then he wakes up and he's back to 12 years old and it's his birthday again, and he realizes it's fine. If it's 3 days prior to when this time loop started, I'm fine with that. I can survive an extra 3 days. That's fine. So he's talking to his parents because they're giving him his bike, and he's waiting for Tara to break the bike again, scratch the side like she did the first 12 times, but she's not there. And he says, "Well, where's Tara?" And his parents have no idea who he's talking about. So then, as the time progresses, he's like, "Huh, what's going on? What?" Tara's room is a guest room, she doesn't exist. She disappeared, as my fear was that I was going to disappear. She obviously disappeared. So he looks at the cuckoo clock because it now been 3 days, a couple days after that, and he sees the actual error is that it's missing the year that Tara was born. So that was the error that made the guy discountly sell the antique cuckoo clock to his dad, And so Tara no longer exists. And now the question is, will he go back in time to save her? Is he finally happy and relieved that she doesn't exist because of all of the torture she put him through, Tara the Terrible? It's a very, what will he do next kind of a thing. Very interesting. It's a very interesting concept. It's a very good story in regards to time travel, talking about magic. We don't know where the spell came from, and we don't really need to know. That's the cool part about this. This particular kind of story, we don't really need a backstory on the spell, whereas the 27th book, Night in Terror Tower, gives us the backstory that a sorcerer creates a spell for the time travel. This particular cuckoo clock has its own spell for time travel, and nobody explains why. We could have dived into it, maybe in a future installment, but it was not needed for that particular story, right? The creator of the clock had nothing to do with, Mike time traveling and Tara's disappearance. So I thought it was neat, it was fast, it was entertaining. I had no flaws with it. The description of the cuckoo clock is very much here, black with some blue trim and some gold and a white face, and it's here. I have no qualms with the cover art. I have no qualms with the plot. I didn't find a loophole, plot hole, continuity error. I found nothing. The thing that I've noticed the most is the 27th and 28th book both involve magic and time travel. Very entertaining. I don't know if it was planned that way, but it's cool how it's back-to-back magic and time travel. So, the 29th book, 29, we're up to 29, whatever that might be. I have to check my shelf of 62 books. I don't know if that's going to be about magic and time travel, but we'll see. We'll see what's up within the Goosebumps canon of 62 original books by R.L. Stine. So here we are, the 28th book, The Cuckoo Clock of Doom. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.